Bhagavate Sri Arunachala Ramanaya Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Sri Arunachala Ramanaya Om.
To slightly change something and chant something in Tamil from Ulladu Narpadu. உடல் நான் எனும் அத்தன்மை உண்டேல் முன்னிலை படற்கைகள் தாம் உளமாம் தன்மையின் உண்மையை தானாய்ந்து தன்மையரின் முன்னிலை படற்கை முடிவுற்று ஒன்றாய் ஒளிரும் தன்மையே தான் நிலைமை தான். If I consider myself to be the body, then what happens? You, she, it, he, they all appear. But if I inquire into this, who am I? And then I understand myself to be that ultimate. That second person, third person, all of this vanish in a second. Thank you.
If you see Bhagavan's teachings, or Bhagavan's writings, there are two works which Bhagavan did, which he said, nobody forced me, nobody asked me. I did it because it came through me and didn't stop from coming. And both are praise for Arunachala. Arunachala Panchakam and Arunachala Ashtakam. And actually, if you read, you will realize it is only on self. It is self only. And Bhagavan says so beautifully this thing, that someone sees Arunachala as hill, as form, and prays that please enlighten me or be within me, show me yourself within me. But then another person says Arunachala is formless. In front of Arunachala hill, the person says you are formless. Then he says there is no need to come here. That formless Arunachala is everywhere. Wherever you are, it is there. You don't have to come to Tiruvannamalai to see that Arunachala formless. If you understand what he's trying to say, he's trying to say that always remember Arunachala wherever you are. That Arunachala which is unmoving, formless, within every human being. You want to ask something, Saku? And if you can stay like that, that is what the whole message is. Whether you go to Arunachala hill, you praise Arunachala, or you can stay here. If you see Nataraj, statue in which Shiva is dancing and this ego is below his feet trying to get up, but he has crushed it. So that crushing of that ego is that within us. And when you just stay as Arunachala, as self, and whatever is trying to manifest in the mind, whatever is trying to manifest in the mind, you don't give any importance to that. So the ego is crushed by the feet of that Shiva within us. So this Nataraj, what Nilakantan is right now showing, the beautiful idol, should be in everyone's house who wants to get rid of this devil called ego. And let that Shiva dance in you with full splendor. Allow it to dance within you. And only way is if you get once you know it, this is always there. It does not come and go. Self never come and go. Self is always the same. It is only your interest comes and goes. You are sometimes interested in self, and sometimes, or most of the time, you are interested in this word. If you want to go deep in your seeing, understand that every sage has said this word is unreal. Why they say this? You need to understand it. That will help you a lot. It's not just like intellectual that because I am self, I am awareness, I stay as awareness, so the world around us is fake. It's not like that. If you realize that the world, what you see, is coming from your mind only, it is not outside, it is only inside. But it is so hard to convince you because you think that the other people are also seeing the same world. But other people also have a similar mind like you. So they are also perceiving. Everyone has got that instrument called mind, which is projecting the word outside. It is not outside, it is coming from inside. If you understand this, your whole problem will be sorted out. Then what you think outside is causing problem to you, it is your inside coming outside causing problem. Then you will have compassion for everyone, even your enemies, because they are coming only out of you only, from your mind only. Understand this truth. At night when you dream, who projects that word? Is it your neighbor projects, or those things are there but right now you are not seeing, but they are actually there? Can you say that? If I say to you, if you believe in this word, I believe in dream word, you will think I am a nutcase. But we all are a nutcase. Because the same thing, the same mind has given rise to this three-dimensional dream right now from our mind. And when I go into deep sleep, it all shuts. And then I am in my full bloom as pure awareness. Actually, there is nothing but pure awareness. All this which comes and goes is only mind. Mind projects you as this waking, mind projects you in dream. It comes and goes every day for everyone. But we still believe in this, the one which comes and goes. The one which stays is us as pure awareness. Understand this truth. The problem is because we are always having an image on this screen, on this substrata of images in dream and then this waking. You can't see the screen which is you. Only reason why you can't see this screen is because you are investing in the mind. This projector is going on because you are driving it. You are on the driving seat. You are interested to see this movie. The moment you don't want to see this movie, projector is off. This mind and its movie is going on because of your interest. Because you are not able to see screen even for a fraction of a second, so you don't believe on it. How loudly We can talk in satsang how loudly Bhagavan has said, how many thousands of scriptures have been written. Ribhu Gita keeps saying the same thing again and again and again and again. And some people think it's too much of repetition. I think it is very less repetition. You know, in Bhagavan's time, Bhagavan used to ask, before this Tamil Parayana started, it was Ribhu Gita. All the time Ribhu Gita, Ribhu Gita. People used to say they don't understand. He said, don't worry about understanding. Just keep saying it. Because what is in Ribhu Gita? This word is an illusion. It is a projection of your mind. Your mind. Don't think this sun, moon, stars going there, going by a rocket. It's all your projection of your mind only. It's coming from the source only. It's not because you have eyes so you can see. It is because you have self you can see. Self is giving the energy to the mind. Mind is projecting it. Till you believe in this word as real, external to you, you will never know what is real. You can do any sadhana, you can go to any guru, you can read as many scriptures as you want. Till you think it is external to you, you will always be dependent on it. This word is coming from the same mind which you want to get rid. Once you transcend this mind, it is like a person is playing tricks, a magician on stage. There is a curtain. Behind the curtain, he has put all sorts of pipes and things, and which we think magic is all his imagery trick. The moment you go behind the mind, you know all the tricks of the Maya. Nothing is hidden from you. But till you stay in this mind cage, everything is hidden from you. You can become a Nobel laureate, you can become an Olympic champion, you can become a president, prime minister, you can even become a priest of the biggest church or temple. Doesn't matter. You are in the mind cage. Understand this truth. It is not about your intelligence. It's not about your how intellectual you are. You might be knowing 20 languages. You might be knowing your subject in and out. You might be having triple PhDs, or doesn't matter about anything. Still you are in the mind. You can be illiterate, never went to school, and you can be free. It has nothing to do with your literacy, your degrees, your education. Probably it's the other way around. The more garbage you have collected in form of this partial knowledge, more difficult it is to get out of it. Because you believe in all that garbage which you have collected, and you're securing it, and you're adoring it, and you have invested in it, then it is very hard to detach. But if you are a beggar, you don't have anything, you're illiterate, you have no collection, then what to discard? It is much easier then. Understand, whatever you are seeing, whatever troubles you, whatever you are proud of, it's all just projection of mind. It is not you. You have to go behind the scene. Behind the scene when you go. To go behind the scene, you have to just wait. What a screen does, tell me. Screen doesn't do anything. So you have to be into that non-doer mode. You wake up, things are happening, you just watch. Be an observer. More you stay as a witness to everything, your mind, your ego, your emotions, your feelings, this word, people, even this body, actions of this body, selfishness of this mind, selfishness of this body mind which we are carrying. Watch it. The moment you start watching, that moment you start turning into screen, substrata. And all this what is going in front of you, whatever this life story has brought you up to this level has no meaning for you. It is useless autobiography. When you go to the shop, you get so attracted to so many books, and most of us are avid readers. But once you go behind it, when you are not interested in this story, you are not interested in any story. All stories are just dramas, fictional. It is all fiction. Reality is this bliss, this peace, this contentment, which comes without any reason by knowing the truth, by knowing reality. No book can give you, nothing can give you. That grace can give you. Because how can you say that you have made efforts to know it? Who was making efforts? The one who makes effort in this world to achieve things cannot know it. It is only witnessing can lead you there. Inaction will lead you there. When your involvement in this world as a doer is not there, then you are that. So all the efforts are to make no efforts in this world. If you see, sadhana is about getting into this effortless sahaj sthiti, natural state, where we are not doing anything. But because we are always doing, that's why it looks like we are making effort not to do anything. But actually not doing anything is no effort. Because we are always in our mind, the mind pops up a thought, we act on that thought, we start an action leads to fruit, and that leads to another action. Thought after thought after thought, we follow it like a slave, and we stuck up. I am so surprised that whatever age of a person you ask anyone, everyone says, I am very busy. They are retired, but they are very busy. They are busy with their great grandkids now. They have 7 great grandkids. They are busy all the time. Nobody is free. Beggar is not free. Billionaire is not free. Nobody is free. Everyone is in grip of Maya. Understand, when a person says, I am so busy, or sometimes people feel proud of it, that I can't sit still. I want to do something. They are all in the grip of Maya, in clutches of Maya. Have pity on them. They feel proud of it, that they are productive, but they are slave of their mind. They cannot stay still. Sitting mind is active. Don't think that someone is sitting like this, their mind is not active. The mind might be doing so many things. They might have traveled the whole world, or they might have bought a new property. That doesn't mean anything. Keeping the body still, keeping the mind still, and let the body do it what it wants to do. See the joy of that still mind. You are behind the screen. There is no doer. And the amazing thing, that is when you know what non-doership is. Actually, everyone is a non-doer. Everyone. The one who thinks he has created this wealth or whatever, was supposed to happen this way. Everyone is a non-doer, but it is the ego which takes credit. And you say that I am a doer. I have done it. I have achieved it. Understand this. To be free is to be free from the mind only, nothing else. To be free is to be free from this word. Word stays, word goes away, it doesn't matter. Word is not asking you to do anything. Tell me, who is coming and who is asking you to do whatever your life is creating? Life can create anything. It is up to you to get involved or not involved. You are self-inviting trouble. You have this thing which people call it fear of missing out. You get involved in everything. You want your presence everywhere. You are getting involved. Nobody wants you. Don't think you are that important. If you stop engaging with things, things start dropping. And I'll tell you, the moment you go behind these images, you are beyond time, you are beyond this space, beyond foundations. Somehow, staying as a witness gives you so much of time that you are never struggling for time. But as that condensed consciousness, you're always running against time. It is not about doing work or engaging in work. It is the clutches of Maya which gives this thought to your mind that I am so busy, I have no time. You are running from one thought to other. It gives you a feeling that you are very busy. And when you are beyond it, then you are always free of any compulsion. You have a lot of time. Time never ends for you. You are beyond time and space. Though you might be doing 1,000 times more than your friend who thinks he is very busy. But in spite of doing everything, you are always free. Because you are not this body. You are not this mind. Body, mind belongs to this world. Mind projects this world and this body. You are none of them. You are something which is just observing. Observer has plenty of time. You are eternal observer. You have seen time coming and going. Time keeps changing. Time is for the changing body, not for the changeless. Changeless, what is the time for a changeless thing? The thing which never changes, always fresh, no future, no past, always present. Where is time for it? Time is for the thing which decays, which changes, which is born, which dies. You are beyond time. You are beyond space. Space is of a form. Who can define you? Nobody can define you. Even you can't define yourself. You can read definitions. You can call Brahman. Brahman is not any Akriti form. They are just calling it. You can call it space. You can call it ether, awareness, consciousness, self, God. Doesn't matter. These names cannot define it. And these names, or the mind which knows these names, cannot know it. You know, in Bhagavan's time, Bhagavan, a lot of people came to Bhagavan. They said, I've seen God, I've played with Krishna, as Papaji said, and a lot of other people told him. He said, but where is that now, God? He said, no, it's not there right now. He said, it is all your projection of your mind, that God, what you see. Remember, everything is projection of the mind. Believe me, I have seen patients who have told me that my nose is touching their breast. It is so long. Because there was some damage in the brain and their mind is thinking in this way and they're seeing things. People have visual hallucinations. Others are not having it. For them it is real. People who see gods, for them it is real. For them it is happening. This is your mind which is projecting outside. And it is also what you're feeding to the mind which projects it outside. Remember, all what you see, and if you compare notes with other people, they are also the dream people. Your notes mostly have to match because they have a similar mindset as you. But the moment you start receding, establishing yourself in self, you will notice that it was you were gripping the word. You were trying to hold on to things. This word was not holding you. You were holding it and you thought this word is holding you so tight and you are not free and you have no time. You can't do sadhana. You have compulsions. It was your mind which was playing up. Understand this truth. The moment you stay witness, everything stops for you. Everything stops. Everything change is happening, but for you everything stops. You go into that eternal abode where nothing ever happens, nothing ever moves, nothing ever troubles, where there is no suffering, where you are happy with whatever happens around you. Don't think self-realization makes you a reformer. No. All these reformers have big egos. They might look religious or spiritual, doesn't matter, but all reformers have big egos. They have missions to accomplish. What you have to know, why you would reform what? When you are the screen, you know the truth. It is just an image, whatever is coming out. How does it matter? Once you know the truth, your acceptance is 100% for everything. Nothing needs to be changed. Nothing needs change. You have to change. You have to go beyond that projector of mind which is projecting all this samsara in front of you, which you think chaotic. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't like it. It keeps changing, but that is unchanging. But that is not this body. The moment you give up ownership of this body and mind complex, which is a package, then you have no interest in this body mind. How can you be interested in other body minds and what is happening? Because you know that everyone has been given this projector called mind, which is reflecting this world around you. And you are just that energy, that self, on which all this is happening. You don't create love, you don't create compassion, you don't create anything. That is what it is. That pure self, which is untainted, which is not mixed with any individuality, is so pure. It is always like that. Nothing can touch it. As self, nothing. Even if you have killed hundreds of people, self has not done anything. It is the doer which has done. And doer will be punished in court of law. But if you are established as self, then nobody can touch you. You have nothing to do with the body. So it never affects you. Understand this truth that you have to go beyond this body, beyond this mind. If you want to keep playing this game of this mind and think you will be free one day, next to impossible. It will never ever happen. If you think it is going to happen, it will never happen. If you think I will do this much and then Ramana, Bhagavan will take care. No, nobody can take care. You have to be there only. This, your partial involvement, your little desire, your little attachment, this little will continue this for little time. And that little time, nobody knows how long it will go. You can feel bliss, definitely. When you are doing sadhana, you do meditation, mindfulness, you feel bliss. But that bliss, what you're feeling, is it your mind feeling or you are that bliss? Are you fully established? So don't give up sadhana till you are fully established in this bliss. When you come closer to that self, definitely the body, mind, it starts feeling that freshness, that joy, and it keeps doing its work. You just stay like that. This continues. Even when you sleep, it continues. This work continues. This deepening continues. It is so beautiful. And if you want to speed up, then look for a sage. Go into a satsang. Pray to Arunachala. Pray to Ramana. Prayers work. Grace works. Go deeper. But don't give up your sadhana till you are firmly established in it. It is not a matter of 1 hour of practice or 2 hours. It is a continuous process till your last breath. Till your last breath. Be honest about your sadhana. Be honest about staying as self. You stay as self. See how the ego melts away. When you stay as self, you stay as a witness. This Nataraj dances in you, this cosmic dance. It finishes the ego. You are giving power to Shiva within. You are allowing him to take away your ego. This surrender is very important. Internal surrender. This software within us, it transforms. It is like a power shift from ego to that self, that Shiva. It can happen like a flash of a second, or it can be a gradual process. It can be in thousands of ways. You will never hear the same story again about self-realization or enlightenment. It happens in its own unique way in everyone. How it happens, when it happens, but it happens in the most perfect way in that individual. Trust it. Don't compare notes. Don't compare how it happened in others, when it happened in others. When it happens, Shiva makes you Shiva only. He does not believe in hierarchy. When you go to him, he embraces you in that, and that embracement makes you that only. How much compassion there it is in that creator. And we carry this little ego about small things, and we think we are big, and we keep collecting these things in our life to make that ego bigger and bigger. How big that ego can become? Can it become Shiva? The more that ego becomes, more we drift away from that Shiva, that pure consciousness. More you stay as a witness, observer to everything. More you get absorbed in Shiva consciousness. And it happens on its own. You just have to loosen your grip from the word, from doership. Stop arguing with everything, everyone, outside and inside your mind. Let everyone feel that you are the dumbest character in this world. You are just an idiot. You don't know anything. It's very good. It will humble you. Nobody will expect anything from you. You will have less trouble. Let others be intelligent. Rules of going back are exactly opposite to rules to achieve in this world. They are very different set of rules. The same rules which makes you a bigger, important person in this world does not apply here. Here, the most unimportant person will be important. See Bhagavan's devotees. Were they famous personalities? They were all sorts of people. They were rich, they were poor, they were beggar, they were small, they were big, they were old, they were young, male, female. But they all wanted to be there. That's why they were all there. Read anyone's life history. It looks like you are reading about a god. They were so pure. Even if we turn one of those devotees which in Bhagavan time he had, we will be free. Not everyone was that good when they came to Bhagavan, but slowly and gradually everyone transformed. This is the power of Bhagavan, Arunachala, and their faith. This all works. If Bhagavan is there, but if your faith is not there, it will not happen. The connection has to come from both sides. And this love keep growing. It gets more and more. How it happens, what happens, it is none of our business. We just have to surrender. Sharanagati. You surrender and it happens. You don't even know when it takes over everything. And you have zero control on anything. Like your boat is in this storm, and wherever it takes, it is going. Life of no resistance. Remember, all resistance in our life is because of ego, because of doership, because of personality, individuality. We want things in a way. Things are happening in this way. It does not agree with us. We are unhappy. But when there is no ego, there is no person, then how beautiful the life is. Then there is enjoyment in this life. Then there is real fun in this life. Because then suffering is also bliss. And good stuff is already good. Nothing will make you unhappy. Everyone in this world is looking for happiness through sense organs, satisfying them. But if you become food for Shiva and he eats away your ego, then you will have that bliss all the time. Open your heart to receive grace, to receive teaching. You don't have to do anything else. No ritual, nothing else. Do you think self has to do anything to become self? Self is complete. Self doesn't do anything to know itself. It is self. Self is always self. It is that 10th person which we never count, which we all are. And we keep counting the ego, the one who thinks that he is this body and one day he will be that. No, that will never be that. That which is that is will always stay as that, and that which thinks I will be that is fake. The one which puts all efforts to be that has to go, has to disappear. How will that disappear? That can only disappear when it start witnessing things, observer, without taking any credit or discredit of bigger thing or smaller thing. This is the path of least resistance and total acceptance. And see the beauty of it. You're not giving any work to the mind. All the power of mind is because of our interest in this world and things and achievements and doership. Try to find one person in this world who can say he's not after anything. If a person can say with both hands up he's not after anything, he will be liberated within a second, in a fraction of a second. If you're not after anything, then what is holding you? Nothing. You have empty hands. Remember, this word doesn't hold us. Maya has no power to hold on tight to us. It is our own intention to be involved. And then it's God's grace that He slaps us on our face in form of suffering. And sometimes we wake up. In suffering we wake up. In good times we don't wake up. Remember, when the suffering is coming, it's the grace of God. He gives suffering only to the people He loves. And others are all in dream, sleeping. Sleeping like a drunken person. They are enjoying the drunkenness. To awaken you, you need some shaking. So suffering is bliss. You know, every day we dream at night, but we awaken from the dream. Sometimes we get a lucid dream. Towards the end of the dream, we know that we were dreaming and we wake up. So it does not affect us. But this dream is so overpowering. We need a big jolt to get out of this dream. So when you wake up from this dream, that is your born. Your birth, that is your birth. Not when this body was born. That when the body was born, you were not awakened. You were sleeping. You are still sleeping till you wake up. Your birth happens the day you awaken from this sleep. This sleep is so long. This is our chance in this human birth to awaken. Don't know when the next chance will be there. Grab this opportunity, finish the job. In Hinduism, they say it comes after 84 lakhs, I think, which is 840,000 different species, and then you come to this. That's a big number. Why to take risk? And maybe in next human birth, you may or may not remember to be free. Who knows? Right now you know, and you are convinced, and you want to be free from this dream. Let's awaken now. Don't postpone it. There's nothing more important than this. Rest all is play of your mind, keeping you busy. And so most of the people postpone it towards end of their life. and they might die before they actually can do it. What it needs is your interest, your longing, your intense desire. And then how it happens, nobody knows. So we call it grace. What we call as path is just your longing. And the path is created, a unique path will be created for you. But you have to start somewhere. You have to know what is at stake. Don't hate this body, but don't be attached to this body. Same with the word, same with people, things, job, everything. Just stay as impartial witness to everything. No liking, disliking, judging. That needs some practice because we are so much involved in everything. But definitely, you put some efforts, but that pull from within pulls you back. So much so that one day, even if you want to behave like what you behaved many years back, you can't do that. That apparatus has finished. It is a vestigial organ. If you have not used that, it has already dismantled. Now you can't drive that egoistic car anymore. It's no more there. If you have not used, you don't know. Just like in times of some crisis, some famine, I read this story long time back. Thomas Edison, who invented a lot of things, he was in a line and he asked his name. He said, they called his name. He could not remember that was his name because no one was calling him. He was at home. Mother must be saying, my son. So he could not remember his name. Same is with this ego. When you don't use it, it disappears. It disappears to an extent that whatever happens, nothing affects. There's no one receiving. Like people are giving from their ego to your ego, but no, there's no connection happening. Connection cannot happen. You get into rage, anger, greed, jealousy when you have that transmitter within you and the other one is doing something to that transmitter, then there is a connection. But when this is not used, it is useless. Then it doesn't function. It becomes like a roasted seed. Then only thing left is awareness. If someone wants to drink from that awareness, that nectar, he can drink. If someone wants to abuse, they can abuse. It is none of your business. Because there is no one who is doing or not doing. And there is so freedom. All these shishtachar, what we call as in English formalities. Do this for this person and call this person for this thing. Who does? For whom? For what? You can think that the person self-realized looks very rude. He has no customs to follow. Who is his family? Who is outside his family? How to demarcate different forms? Only ego knows, not the self. That he is rich, he is poor, he is animal, he is human being, he is tree. Respect this person more, this less. He is mine, he is away. That apparatus has dissolved. Remember, if someone gives importance to someone for any reason, there is ego. Except, there is only one exception, except Guru. Because there is love for that who has made you reach there. So you give respect to that. You don't get mad. You don't get blind. You know what it is. Even in this dream, who has shaken you up. Remember this power of satsang. It is immense power. Don't underestimate the power. If you have an open heart, you trust it, let it. Don't understand from your mind. Mind has no clue. Listen from your heart. Listen from yourself. Self knows everything. And self wants you to know the truth so you can dissolve all these mediators. So there is only left is emptiness. People get headaches. They feel so much of burden they feel overworked. This all is because of ego, because of doership. Oh my God, now we need weekend off, so I can switch off. And Sunday, oh my God, now tomorrow is again Monday. Now Saturday comes, so I'll get bored. What should I do? Should I call someone? Should I have a party? What all is this happening? Understand this. It's only mind talk. Mind loves debate, mind loves work, mind loves talk, mind loves engage. Because mind is much more restless than even a mad monkey. It cannot stay still. Because we have given so much of work of our desires to it. But if you start staying as a stillness, mind doesn't know what to do. It will keep coming back to you. But one day it will know how much peaceful you are. And it will surrender. And it will disappear. And all what you see, this word which was biting you, also surrenders in front of that self. That self-effulgent self within you. That is awakening. That is you. That is your true nature. That is end of suffering. You don't have to go anywhere. You just stay as a witness. Understand all this teaching of Bhagavan, Ramana, Maharshi, Arunachala, all this happening. All this is given you in a platter to serve you by that absolute. For whatever reason, who knows? You just have to digest it. Stay in it. You have reached to a stage where maybe it's a matter of a second, who knows? So don't give up now. So many people come as seasonal. They stay, they attend satsang, and they drift away. Then they check other path, then they check something else, then they get involved in things. I checked with some of my friends with whom I used to do intense sadhana long time back, 30 years back. Just because when I was just inquisitive just to tell them or maybe share something. And they have just left all this. They said, oh, you're still talking about those things. They have forgotten this. They have moved completely into Maya so much so that for them it was like something they tried. Like someone tried smoking, someone tried sadhana. It's like that. Now they are not interested. How foolish this thing is. That you came so near, so early, and then you left. That motivation should be there till the end, till everything finishes. There is no excuse not to be free, because all excuses are coming from the mind only. Don't listen to the mind. Mind has no power unless you give that power of your interest, your desire. Even if you're doing something you think you don't have to do, but you have to do, and you are doing, and because it's a compulsion of the job or family, let the body do it. But see how distant you are from the body and its actions. Nobody can make you move out of the self. Nobody, no work. It is so holy, it is so pure, it is so blissful. Even if the whole world doesn't understand you, doesn't matter. Even if the whole day you are busy with some work, doesn't matter. This is your internal freedom. Nobody can take it from you. Get so much absorbed in that self that nothing matters. Don't think that if you have to be at that particular place, in that particular room, then only it will happen. No. Wherever you are, in whichever condition, whatever job, whichever circumstances, whatever health of the body or health of the mind, you can be free in that atmosphere. Don't try to create that, give excuses to the mind that if this thing will happen this way, then it will happen that way. Self is always free. You have to just look within and get absorbed in that self. Our all bondages are imaginary only. We are holding tight to the mind and we are saying mind is not leaving us. It is a self-invite. Understand this and be free and be happy. Only stillness, only witnessing will help you. Not involvement in things. Let involvement happen, but you stay away within. Definitely some solitude, some separate time for your sadhana, definitely it helps. But remember, everyone's circumstances are different. Less time you have in solitude, more intense your sadhana will happen. Remember that. Because there is urgency that you only have 1 hour. You will go so deep, and then when you move out to do something, you can stay as a witness to things. And remember to be vigilant to watch the ugly head of the ego within us, that serpent. Remember by that idol of Nataraj where he's crushing head of the ego by his feet. Remember that. That is yourself. You are Shiva, witnessing your ego to finish it completely. This whole thing is going within us. Nothing to do with the world or the people around us. As a matter of fact, it is God's grace. Whatever our outside conditions are, they are all conducive for our freedom. These are the best conditions. That is why, with compassion, God has given us this circumstance, whatever it is, in everyone's life. He wants us to be free. He is kind, compassionate. God knows only one thing: grace, compassion. He cannot punish you. He has never punished anyone. All his punishment is our mind game, self-inflicted injuries. We bite our hand and then we go to God that I have got this injury. Who is asking you to go there? Understand this truth, that in reality we all are free, and God wants us to be free, and all conditions in our life are for that freedom only. But don't act too smart. Don't go into the ego mode and doership and achievement and getting slave of this mind. You had enough of all this. Now be the witness to things. Take sannyas from this word. Renunciation. And enjoy this freedom. Freedom from the mind. Only identify yourself as awareness. You should be 100% convinced you are the self. You're only awareness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.